Previous to the Olympics, I had gotten a concussion, and I felt good, going into the Olympics. I was healthy, and then it was weeks after and even months I would have these symptoms such as headaches, nausea, just kind of feeling out of the world, and I wasn't sure what was going on.
Whenever you have a concussion, everybody deals with it so differently, and she was in a pretty bad spot there for about a year and a half. For Amanda, to hear that you're probably not going to play hockey again was devastating for her. The recruitment process was one that was pretty interesting with Amanda, because she was probably the highest rated player to come out of high school. And then the fact that she was from Madison, Wisconsin, we knew it might be a little difficult to sway her to come here to Minnesota.
Minnesota's always been a strong program, but they had been down for a couple of years, and I wanted to help somebody win a national championship.
Wisconsin really had our number, and we were able to beat them in the national finals, and so that was a huge burden lifted off of our program.
3 seconds to play though, 1, and the Gophers are your national champions!
As we came into the next year, now we're the favorites and going 41-0, Amanda eventually winning the Patty Kazmaier Award for the top player in women's college hockey.
It seemed like she scored a hat trick every game. I mean, she's just one of those players that it's just impossible to stop her if you're on the other team, and to have a player like her that everyone's focused on, it kind of helps everyone else on our team out.
Going undefeated was, again, something that I'll never forget, and it's definitely one of my top memories ever in hockey.
And the Gophers are back-to-back natty champs!
Preparing for the Olympics has been something I've basically done since I was a little kid. I had aspirations to make the 2010 Olympics. I was cut from those, and then I was given the opportunity to try out in June of 2013 to finally hear my name announced. I'll never forget that moment.
To see any of your players wearing the red, white, and blue is really cool. She was a big factor on that team and was one of their best players.
It was almost surreal, I didn't even really notice that I was in the Olympics at the moment, just because, so focused on the tournament and our team and winning a gold medal. Previous to the Olympics, I had gotten a concussion, and I felt good, going into the Olympics. I was healthy, and then it was weeks after and even months I would have these symptoms such as headaches, nausea. I just couldn't seem to shake my symptoms, so I was ready to come back and play for the Gophers, and ended up having to take a whole year of school off.
Concussion is incredibly difficult to diagnose objectively because it can have very, very different symptoms depending on what type or what part of the brain is injured. There can be many different things that could potentially be wrong.
To hear that you're probably not going to play hockey again was devastating for her. She was in a pretty bad spot there for about a year and a half, really trying to shut it down, so to speak.
This past August, I started seeing a new doctor, Mickey Collins, and he kind of really changed all my training around.
There has been a lot of research recently looking at exercise as a treatment modality. Previously, there had been some literature to suggest that bed rest or cognitive rest after a concussion was really important. But in the case of Amanda, what worked for her was exercise therapy.
I went from sitting on a couch for a year and a half to all of a sudden, exercising 30 minutes a day, getting on the ice, taking classes, and that's really when my symptoms started to change.
We talked, and she said that her new doctor wanted her to get skating again on her own. Right then and there, you're kind of thinking, okay, well, maybe she'll be ready by the end of the year.
About 1 week in December, I started practicing with the team. I knew my stamina wasn't quite there, but I was tired of skating alone, and just to be out playing with people is what I love.
We found out that Amanda Kessel is coming back the weekend after We played Bemidji State, and me being younger, we all looked up to her when we were growing up, and being able to play on the same team with her is just a really exciting experience.
I was definitely nervous coming back in my first game. I woke up excited that morning, and then closer and closer it got to the game, I was pretty nervous.
When she got introduced, I hadn't heard Ritter Arena that loud since we had won the national championship. It was pretty emotional actually, because as I know and many people know how much she had to go through to get to the point that she is at now, where she's back and able to play.
I don't think many coaches would have allowed me to do what I did. You know, they really waited for me, and whether I was going to play or not, they had my back, and then teammates have been really accepting. I think that just goes to show, you know, how close-knit the university is, and the teammates that you meet and make are going to be lifelong friends.
Having the thought that you're never going to play hockey again, or you're never going to do what you love again, it's a really tough thing. And to see the way that Amanda has battled back, and she's persevered and really fought through a lot of tough times, I think she's really inspirational. Sometimes bad things happen, and how you respond to those things and battle back from them really is what makes you a champion, and that's how I feel about Amanda.